Open your mouth. Spread your legs. Clear. Let's go.
What up? You already know what it is. Your boy Pistol Pete. Welcome to Dog in the Yard. Today we got Unique Mecca, straight out of Brooklyn. Shout out to all my Jamaicans. Unique did 26 years, been in prison, been all over. Know what I'm saying? He's a G, know what I'm saying? He's here to break it down. And with that being said, let's get right to it, man. You already know. Dog in the Yard. What up? You already know what it is. Your boy Pistol Pete. Welcome to Dog in the Yard. And today we got Unique in the building. What's up, Unique? How you doing, brother?
What's up, family?
How's everything? How you been?
You know, it's a pleasure.
Likewise, brother. How's everything going, man?
Man, everything going good. You know, I'm enjoying the weather. It's changing. You know, like we were just talking about earlier, I don't care what the weather is. I've been going a long time. I've done been in the snow. I've done been all over the country.
You've been in every weather.
Man, I was up in ADX, like I said, wearing flip-flops to the yard in January and February when they had 12 inches of snow. And there's snow on the ground in the prison because they not, come on.
Yeah, I
so
got
none of this fazed me. You know what I mean? And I'm blessed.
Absolutely, facts.
You know?
Yeah, I hear you. So let's get right to it, man. Tell me a little bit about yourself. Were you born and raised and all that, and you know, like a little bit of your childhood and all that, as far as you was raised, mom Duke, Paul Duke in the house, how many siblings and all that. A little bit about yourself.
I was born in Jamaica with 3 brothers, 3 sisters, raised with 2 cousins in a backroom shack in Jamaica back in 1964. You understand what I'm saying? Okay. So it was eight kids back there, and then grandma and grandpa, and both of the females, you know, my mother and my aunt, they was their kids, that's my cousins. They went to America to, you know, go find somewhere to clean and do the right thing and make some money to send for their kids, bring them back to the country, the same as DR, Puerto Rico, and everybody else do that's trying to get to the bag in America. Okay. You know what I mean? So, you know, that's how I came up. And, you know, I came up in 1972 at the height of the political wars in Jamaica, which led to the deadliest political war ever in Jamaica. You know, the 1980 war election, I call it the war. You know, the 1980 election between Sarah and Manley. Okay. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. So we left to escape that. You understand what I'm saying? Like on some Scarface time. Mom said, I gotta get y'all out of here.
Yeah, we gotta go.
Yeah, and she grabbed all 6 of us and boogied us up here.
Oh, so where you came?
When I first came, we landed in JFK, then we moved to a little town called Hackensack. Okay. Because they trying to do the right thing
in
for
Jersey.
Us. Yeah, so they trying to get us in the suburbs. Okay. You know what I mean? To get us good. You understand what I'm saying?
Hackensack's are good.
Yeah, no, that's back then it was great. And
it's
it was like
good.
2 blocks from the courthouse. It's still great.
It's still good.
But it's 2 blocks from the courthouse where I was living at. Okay. So, you know, they trying to do the right thing so y'all understand where I'm coming from. Right. And, you know, all our family members, though, you know, they didn't have it as good, so they was in Brooklyn and things like that. Okay. You understand what I'm saying?
I got you.
So, of course, you know, I landed in Jersey, but, you know, from day one, we went to go see, you know, Aunt Love, you know what I mean? The twins, Derek and Dexter. Okay. We over on Pickett Avenue. You understand what I'm saying? And, you know, we over there doing our thing. You know what I mean? So we go back and forth, so that's how I got the taste of the real world. Yeah. You know what I mean? The real world.
So your moms and your dad was in your life? Yeah.
For a minute.
Yeah.
You know, they got divorced later on. Yeah, you know what I mean? And that's where all hell broke loose, and that's what created Unique. Okay. You know what I mean? You know, one of those that took the divorce hard because moms wanted her with nothing, and I was a mama's boy. So I had to hit the block to go do what I had to do to get the bag.
At what age was that? What age was that?
Like I said, I was going over from like 7, 8 over to Brooklyn. When we go over to Brooklyn, we in the herb gates from back then. You know what I mean? With the Rastas. I mean, because my cousin Tony, rest in peace, Camel. You know what I mean? My Tony Camel was one of the first Rastas in Jamaica, so when he came up, he ran with, you know, Hugo and everybody else, you know what I mean? Okay. So, you know, niggas did what they did. You understand what I'm saying? And, you know, so I was brought into that. So when I go to see my cousins, they taking me to the herb gates and they chopping up weed and showing me how to chop it up, and I'm hanging out with them, and I'm even smoking weed at that time. You understand what I'm saying? Because they believe weed was the weed of wisdom. You understand what I'm saying? So, you know, even pregnant women were smoking it back then while they was pregnant. But you see how America twisted it and said it was illegal back then because they couldn't tax it.
Right.
Now that they could tax it at 35 cents, you know what I mean? They get like 75 cents on a dollar. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the person selling the weed only get a quarter.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you know, the person selling the weed, they happy because they're the first ones to get in. It's like the gold rush. This is like the, you know, Prohibition when they brought alcohol, you know what I mean? Up from down south and JFK made it legal. This is the era we going in that, you know, y'all got to understand what we dealing with. Don't just look at it for granted. Oh, we can smoke weed now.
Nah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's the beginning. Get in and get that bag.
Yeah.
And they letting us in with weed felonies.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Go at the top of the list.
Yeah.
So they giving us an opportunity now that we didn't have back then.
Yeah.
You understand? So they got to take advantage of it. But anyway, back to, you know, the siblings. So we come up, we do what we do, and, you know, back and forth over there. You know what I mean? I see, you know, the dreads come in with their gun, put it down. They playing domino, they drinking their Guinness stout, and they moving. And I'm 7, and I'm watching it. So I'm seeing how operation is ran from back then, just from visiting family.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? And then when I got old enough to move around and take the train, I'll take the bus from Jersey, the 78 bus on Teaneck Road over to the George Washington Bridge, and then jump on the A train down to the D train and hit down to Brooklyn. You know what I mean? And go see my family members on my own. They were like 10, 11, you know? And now I go over there, and now that I'm moving around, they not Rastas. You know what I mean? The Rastas believed in not touching, you know, the cocaine or the heroin back then.
Right.
You know what I mean? These was, the, you know, the bad boy. You know what I mean? That just wanted the bag.
Yeah.
So now they're selling heroin and things like that, and I'm watching that. I'm seeing how they cutting that up, how they bagging it up in the cellophane wrap, and you know what I mean? Come on, man. You know, this is my life.
Right.
This is what I grew up seeing.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
So what age you started going to prison and all that? When you
Man, I ain't get to go. I ain't go to prison till late, man. Maybe 16. You know what I mean? 16. You know what I mean? Because back then, remember, you had to have like 35 arrests for selling weed before they could even take you downtown.
Yeah.
So they wasn't taking you. They wasn't locking you up for frivolous.
So we talking about like what?
When I did my first bid,
your first bid. Like when your first time you experienced jail time.
First time I experienced jail time, I went to Trenton. You know what I mean? I went to Trenton. I went to court.
So you kept it Jersey.
Yeah. My time was in Jersey.
Yeah, no, you kept it Jersey. You went to Trenton.
Yeah, that's where I got caught up. They sent me. I ain't want to go there back then. That was the worst prison in the whole state. Only one door open at a time type shit. You know, it was mind blowing, especially at my age to see that. Yeah. You know what I mean? So that's why, you know.
Yeah, how was that? How old you was? 16?
No, I was 18. I just turned 18 when I went there. When I went to Trenton, I went through Bergen County through the court system, and then, you know, I was supposed to be going, I went through Yardsville, you know what I mean? And I was getting to a sweet spot called Jones Farm, you know what I mean? But, you know, we up in the joint and we get off at Yardsville, and, you know, they got orderlies that, you know, that's in the reception, you know, like downstate, you know what I mean? So when we go to the rec, they went up in there and they was stealing our commissary because they was letting us buy commissary. You know what I mean? So I go down to the joint, and then when we come back, I catch, you know, I see a mop bucket outside, and I go to my cell and I catch a dude in my locker. You understand what I'm saying? So I grabbed the mop ring and I gave him like 300-400 stitches in his face, ripped his whole joint apart. Okay. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. And that was in the reception. Wow. You know what I'm saying? When I was heading to the sweet spot, Jones Farm.
So then they transfer you?
So then they transferred me from there to Trenton State Prison, which is connected to Jones Farm. Yeah. So that's like the big house. If you screw up in Jones Farm, they send you up to Trenton. Okay. And ain't nobody trying to go to Trenton. Right. But I made it straight there. When I was young, I was supposed to go to the sweet spot. Right. You know what I mean? But that was the best thing that happened to me. I met good brothers, you know, from all over the state, from Atlantic City. You know what I mean? Big shout out to JoJo. You know what I mean? Yeah. You know, good people that I met up there, man. And, you know.
How long you was there?
I stayed there about 10 months. Okay. You know what I mean?
And then what? What was your time? What was your bid? At
that time, I had a 4-year bid.
Okay, that's what I'm saying.
You know what I mean? Yeah. I stayed 10 months there. Then they shot me to a new place out in Jersey called Southern State. Okay. You know what I mean? Then from Southern State, you know what I mean? Then they shot me over to Annandale. Okay. You know what I mean?
So during your time, that experience, that first time experience, did you ever seen anything that was crazy and shit like that you experienced that you could say to this day, you know what, Pete? I remember this guy got his eye taken out on the visit, or you know what I mean? Something that you ever never.
What, in prison?
Yeah, in prison.
Oh man, my first day in Lewisburg.
See, we talking about another bit though.
Yeah, okay.
So we talking about on this event when you went down and you was in Trenton and all that.
Yeah, I mean it was just basic stabbings. Okay. You know what I mean? You know that I seen at that time. We just basic stabbings and you know dudes doing prison time. Okay. You know what I mean? I didn't see nothing crazy the first bid. I mean.
Okay, so you did your 4 years and you came home.
Yeah, because remember, like I said, I'm in Trenton. This is a man's place, so everybody's in their place.
Right. Okay, I got
It's
you.
not a wild place like they got now. What we experience.
Right, I got you.
Back then, you had the old heads that ran it.
Right.
That told the youngins do this, do that. The youngins don't do it. They was punishing the youngins.
Yeah, I got you.
You know what I mean?
I got you.
That's where how Jersey was back then.
I got you.
You know what I mean?
So what year you came home?
I came home in '85.
Okay, and then when you went back?
And then I went back in '85. I came home in April '85. And like I said, I ain't seen nothing. That shit wasn't nothing. I did what I do, you know what I mean? But I came home in April 2nd, 1985. And then I went back November 2nd, 1985. And I stayed in until 1987, October 27. And that's when I came home and I got paroled out in Jersey.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But, you know, I went out there, tried to get a job and all that. You know, being a prison job, I'm giving you how my prison experience was first time home.
Yeah.
I ain't never did this before. But, you know, I worked at a little spot called Bennigan's on Route 4.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And I used to make broccoli balls.
Okay.
You know, my man got me the job there. Another one of the homies that came home, they was hiring ex-felons. So I go up in there, I'm doing me, I'm trying to do the right thing. You understand what I'm saying? So while I'm making these broccoli balls, I'm making felt like about 1,000, 2,000 a day. But then people is leaving the positions. You know what I mean? Cooks, busboys, waiters. So I'm asking the boss, yo, what's up with one of these other positions? I don't plan on making broccoli balls all this time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you want to step up.
Yeah, I want to step up. And, you know, he basically egged me and kept moving everybody else up. So I just quit. You understand what I'm saying? Never went back to get the check. To this day, if I contact Bennigan's, I bet you they still got my check for them little 7 days, 15 days I worked there. I didn't get the whole check. You understand what I'm saying?
I got you.
So after I went there, I left there and I just said, man, screw that. You know, I went and got my pistol and came to New York. You know what I mean? And just, you know what I mean? Started doing me.
Right,
You know?
I got you.
And, you know, that's what created who I am that led up to the long bid.
Right, so tell me about that. What escalated to that bid? Like, let me know about this situation. What led you to your long bid?
That started off down on 8th Avenue, you know what I mean? I started off from selling an ounce, correct me, a half ounce, where I'm running up the hill to the Dominicans on 144th Street in Broadway, and I'm cocking an ounce for $2.50. But when I bag it up, I'm making a G. I'm just coming out of state prison, was just making broccoli balls last week. You know what I mean? And this opportunity for me to make $7.50 profit, come on, my nigga.
Yeah, you
understand?
Yeah.
I want in on this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I wanted to get to the top of the food chain.
Well, I got you.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when I came in, I started buying a little half ounce, and I went up, bought an ounce, and started buying 2 at a time, then jumped to 4 at a time. And, within about a week and a half, you know what I mean? Now I got a little eighth. You know what I mean? I got an eighth, you know what I mean? 125 grams, I'm good. You understand what I'm saying?
No.
So, I'm doing me with that, and from all the running up and down the hill, before I even went to jail to do the Jersey bid, I was up in Washington Heights.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm talking about from like 78, 79, 80 when 163rd Street was popping. Let's get that right.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
Where that, you wanted coke, that's where you get it. And we was young niggas in Jersey, thought we was on top of the world, and we robbing houses out there and taking the stuff over there to New York on 163rd Street to sell it. 158th Street with Nanny and them. You understand what I'm saying? 159th, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We all up and down there between Broadway and Amsterdam. Sometimes we go up to 177 on Autobahn.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying?
So then what happened?
So from bringing the stuff over there, and I'm familiar with up there. You understand what I'm saying? For about 4 or 5 years. But that's when I was freebasing. I wasn't familiar with it from hustling, but I'm in all the hustling spots and I got my pistol and I'm robbing and I'm doing me and I'm coming in and out and I'm seeing how the Dominicans is hustling now. Like I saw the Jamaicans hustle. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm putting the two together because each one is not seeing on the inside of each one's operation how they move. But I got blessed. You understand what I'm saying? I'm talking when you walk up in the spot, they got the triple beam scale in the front. You understand what I'm saying? On the glass table.
So then what happened?
That's what I'm saying. So from me being up there, that's what I'm going back now to where we was at, where I came out, but you gotta understand where I was at. So when I said I was out in Jersey and going to Brooklyn, that was one part of my life.
You just started making your trips.
Yeah, because I'm from Brooklyn, then I'm over in the Bronx on Garden Street, over there by Twin Parks. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm over in Harlem on 154th Street.
You moving around.
I'm moving around.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm chasing a bag.
Right,
but I need to learn how the people in this country move. It's how my mentality was from back then. Because like I said, 7, 8, 9, I'm seeing people hustling.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? I know what the purpose of life is. The purpose of life is to hustle, is the way I was raised.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So for me watching all that, and I'm seeing how the Jamaicans moved, how the Puerto Ricans move over there to Twin Parks, I put everything together, but now I'm down there, like I said, I'm copping a little half ounce to start off, and I moved up to my big 8, and I'm doing me. So then I said to myself, yo, why do my niggas gotta run up the hill, and why do I gotta keep going up the hill to go get something to come down the hill? I need to find a connect to bring something down the hill.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got you.
Which is what I did. You know what I mean? So now I got it where I can do what I do down the hill. You know, we got Mecca Audio, we got the whole 8th Avenue, 55th Street, 53rd, 48th, 49th with Booth and them, 48 with Audie Boo. I mean, niggas was doing their thing. You understand what I'm saying?
You. Yeah.
That's old, but they good. They got, you know, they got the record label now. You know, they got all types of things now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But
they changed that.
Yeah, they changed, like, you know, like we all did.
Of course.
You understand what I'm saying? But, you know, I'm just saying that's how, you know, dudes was eating.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So, you know, I got mines down the hill, boom, boom, boom. Then I'm like, nah, matter of fact, all the money up the hill, I need to get up the hill.
Right.
So I slide up the hill, I meet, you know, dark-skinned Dominican like me. We kicked it, you know what I mean? Got the sneaker store, you know, the clothing goods store was doing what we doing, you know, was pumping out of there. You understand? But then now at the same time, my brother down in Virginia, and he was living in the college campus because he had some charges up here in New York. You understand what I'm saying? And, you know, in New Jersey, my bad. So while he down there, he started doing his thing, so he started coming to me to get stuff, and long story short, I wound up sending 255 keys, 330 keys down to my brother. Okay. And that's how I got bagged. You understand what I'm saying? So that's when everything trickled down, and then, you know, I had to, you know, the businesses and all that, so they hit me with the money laundering. Okay. You know what I mean? But the money laundering was weak. It was really for sending 1,800 that they turned into 4 to 6 million. Okay. Because they calculated the dope money. You know what I mean? And threw it on the money laundering joint to give me another 20 on top of the life. Okay. Then they gave me life for being a kingpin, the CCE, because I was selling drugs from New York down the state lines. And I was in North Carolina, DC, you know what I mean? I sold my drugs up and down the East Coast. I know good men in every state up and down the East Coast. So when I went into prison, these are the same men that we was all running with out here. Good men from the same era who don't know who know of who. Yeah, because the circle was small, you know, just like we know who you is. You know what I mean? I got you. You know, and me and you never met, but I've been heard of you. Just so they understand what we're talking about. So when you're in prison and now you know, you heard of Pete, and then you run into him in the prison, that's the homie. You know what I mean? And you ain't had to meet, that's the homie now. Yeah, facts. You know what I mean? Because now we got to fight these people on the inside that's against us, so we got to come together and make our unit stronger. Facts. You know what I mean? That's prison. That's the prison I know. Big shout out to Lou Sims. You already know. You know what I mean? Because he was running it. You know what I mean? He was running. You know, every yard got a dog. Yeah. You know what I mean? Every yard got a dog. I got you. And everything got to go through the dog. Facts. You know what I mean? A dog in the yard. You know what I mean? Exactly. You already know. Dog in the yard. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So unique. So and then you got caught with that jam. You got caught up. How they got you and all that. How the feds ran down on you. How it went down. Tell me a little bit about that, and you know, and where they took you at when you went. You know what I mean? Like they ain't have nothing on me, my nigga. I ain't never been arrested with selling shit. It was your he say, she say. Yeah, and you know the drugs that was being sold and everything that's going on. But when you at the top and you sending the drugs down and the nigga give you 30,000 for the key, 20,000 for the key, he brought that. Whatever he do with that is on him. Because I'm not making a profit from what he's doing past the 20 he's giving me to purchase it. Right. The same as I go in 7-Eleven and purchase Arm & Hammer baking soda. Buy a box load. Sometimes I buy a case of Arm & Hammer. Right. You understand what I'm saying? But then now they saying that, you know, like the dude selling Arm & Hammer can't get charged, you know, for helping you using the armor joint to make your crack and all that other shit. Exactly. So they are co-defendants too. You know what I mean? So we can't make the crack without the Arm & Hammer. I got you. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, but they don't charge them because that's a corporation. Yeah. You know what I mean? But they're gonna charge me because I'm selling it to you. Yeah. I'm selling it to you just like 7-Eleven sold the baking soda to you. Yeah. You understand? But you can't. 7-Eleven ain't got nothing to do with it, but he's helping to felicitate you're making this crack. Trust me, I got you, man. You know what I mean? That's some jewels I just gave. They'll rewind it and catch it. Yeah. I'm gonna tell you something. I know. I went to prison for extorting drug dealers. I
I never thought in my fucking lifetime I would ever go to jail for extorting drug dealers. I'm telling myself,
Yeah.
I'm good.
Thank you.
Shit, I'm good. I'm out here, we good.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Fuck no. Police, feds came, boom, niggas charged me with interstate commerce. The drugs come from a different country, and the proceeds. I live off the proceeds of the shit and whatever, man. Anyway, but back to what I'm saying to you is I understand.
You know, I know you understand.
You feel me?
I know you understand because we've been there. I'm just telling them that don't know. So if I'm trying to break down the detail
that shit down
for them that don't know.
That's right.
You know what I mean? 'Cause a lot of them that don't know.
That's right.
And they not hearing it from men like Pistol Pete and Unique.
That's right.
You know what I mean? So
Facts.
that's why I'm looking at the camera.
That's how you do it, Unique. That's how I respect that. So so now you went, and when you went to trial?
Yeah, I went to trial.
Okay,
you know what I mean? Never talked to my prosecutor a day in my life. Didn't want to talk to him, didn't want to meet him, and I fired 3 lawyers for bringing a deal to me from the prosecutor.
Okay.
What deal could the devil give me when he's trying to fry my ass and bury me forever? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they charged me with a kingpin charge for sending down hundreds of kilos, you know?
Yeah. So when you went to trial, where? What state?
I went to trial in Norfolk on Granby Street, right across from the Scope. But listen to this funny one. They picked me up on 8th Avenue, right? On 150.
So they got you in Manhattan?
Yeah, they called me in Manhattan. I wasn't down there, I'm trying to tell you.
Oh, okay.
My brother was sending girls up to buy the drugs and
and you
send the money, they send the drugs down, and that was it.
That was it.
The same way with Arm & Hammer. That's the point that I'm making. My brother bought the drugs for me, and then he bought the baking soda from Arm & Hammer. But Arm & Hammer didn't get charged. Only I got charged for working with my brother.
Because you wasn't paying your taxes.
You understand what I'm saying? And because I'm black. It ain't so much the tax did just because I'm black. You know what I mean? I'm expandable, but they're not going to try and go at Arm & Hammer because they'll expose them for all the trickery that they use to get us little guys. I was considered a little guy.
Of course.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Let's get that right. You know what I mean? I was considered a little guy because we had kingpins now. You know, I was locked up with Juan Ramon Mata that got charged with tons, you know, with Escobar. Big shout out to Mata. You understand what I'm saying? Mario Villabona. You understand what I'm saying? I was with, you know, drug lords. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, you was in ADX?
Yeah, I was in ADX. You know? I went from Lewisburg to ADX.
Okay. So now, what happened in trial?
I went to trial, you know what I mean? They brought, you know, dude in that was telling on me, you know, that knew, you know, what was going on to a degree.
So you knew trial?
Yeah, of course. You know what I mean?
What was your sentence? What was your punishment? What was your sentence?
Wow, man, my sentence was life for the CCE and then 20 years for the money laundering. But I got, okay, it go like this. You got level 48. Level 42 is the highest you could get on the drug scale to get life across the board.
Right.
Even if you're a category 1. You got level 42. If the points add up to level 42 with the amount of drugs, enhancement, everything else.
Break that down to the audience as far as what you talking about, categories and all that.
Okay, you got the guidelines, you know what I mean? And then you got the guideline scale and the sentencing scale. On the sentencing scale, your amount of drugs, it will run those numbers up. So let's say a person got 2 keys of powder, he'll only have 16 points for that. You understand what I'm saying? But if a person got 5 keys of crack, he automatically jumps up to life. You understand what I'm saying? Because it was 100 to 1. You understand what I'm saying? So he jumped all the way up to life. From you understand what I'm saying?
Shit crazy.
Yeah. So then now you can't go past that. You understand? But now I got caught with 330 keys.
Right.
That they gave me a deal and dropped it down to a deal for them, as they say, 255 keys. So 255 keys when 5 keys is life, that means I'm buried. So I'm a level 50, which is the highest on the scale. It couldn't go no higher.
Because your prior convictions?
No, because of these drugs.
Oh, because of the drugs.
Yeah, the drugs, the prior convictions, all that. That goes to the criminal history.
To criminal history.
Yeah, that's the criminal history. We talking about the guidelines now.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And the drug sentencing scale.
Yeah.
So I'm at 42 is automatically life. I got 50, so I know I can't get no less than that.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So when I went in there and, you know, they found me guilty, it was time for sentencing. The judge asked me if I had anything to say, and I just told him, man, send me someplace closer to home so I can further my education in case something come out the line later on down the pike. I could go home with my family and be a better citizen. You know what I mean? And father to my children. And my prosecutor jumped up and said, oh man, he's a scumbag, you don't listen to nothing he said, he crammed a lifetime of crime in 29 years, and they went off and off and on. You understand what I'm saying? This is the process. They say, oh, his life is a waste. If they call, they let him out 30 years, he'll find out what they're doing out there and start doing that. And, went through all this. I was a scumbag. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So they sent me to Lewisburg, which was close to home.
So what was the sentence though?
Life plus 20.
Okay.
Life for the drugs.
So how you felt at that moment getting life and get 20 years, Unique? I mean, on some real shit, like
now on some
life,
real shit,
20 years right now, like.
Nah, but on some real shit, I was already prepared because I had other brothers that was in the power with me that was going to trial, going through the process that I was getting ready to go through. And they told me what they was doing. Yeah. And then they came back with their life sentence. So I knew I was going to get a life sentence. You understand? I knew I was going to, because I was bigger than them. And they got life. So I know there's no way I'm walking out that courtroom without life.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
So your mind, you was mentally preparing yourself.
Yeah, I had to. Because I'm seeing the reality.
Yeah, facts.
I'm seeing the reality. Dude's way more drugs than me and, criminal history, category 1 and everything category 1. I'm at category 6, the highest on the back end.
Yeah. So
I know I'm buried, my nigga. What am I going to say to him? Well, y'all spared me. I had a hard childhood. You think he care about that? He got that level 50 he can't touch.
Yeah.
No matter what he want to do.
No matter what he want to do.
So now I got to choose my words wisely to put myself in a better position to regroom myself now. Because now I know I'm going to do life.
Yeah.
So I know it's going to take me at least 10 years is what I'm looking at. I thought first 5 years. Every 5 years I thought, I'm getting ready to go home. I'm getting ready to go home. And did that for 26 of those. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
For 26 of those. And that's how I kept my spirits up. Kept going to the library. I'm taking classes. I became a certified electrician, certified plumber, HVAC refrigeration specialist, culinary arts cook. My serve safe, 3,500 hours of psychological training with the psychological department to help get brothers out. That's why I talk so smooth, my brother. You understand what I'm saying? Let's get this right.
Let's get it up for Unique. As you already knows what it is. Yeah.
I'm just saying, so all of that is what I just told the judge in 94 I was going to do. Right. I'm just fast forwarding to bring it to you. So that 26 years, I grabbed that. In between there, I was selling dope on every prison I went on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? SIS all on my ass, shaking down the cells, sending me from this jail to that jail. I started my bit off rough.
Yeah.
I made it rough.
So when you said, what's through your 26 years, what was the toughest things you've seen? I mean, the craziest shit you've seen? I mean, like, share with the young brothers out there that think they can run around without knowing the repercussions of when you're in prison, you live that life. You know what I mean?
My first day in Lewisburg, if I start telling about first when you said not that big, right? My first day in Lewisburg, I know dates. October 17th, 1994, my first day in Lewisburg. I walk over to the Red Top, all the homies there that's locked up, you know what I mean? I mean, these is men, so when I walk over to the Red Top, they give me a little care package, the bag, everybody give the hug, and then I just heard a loud thump, you know what I mean? And I turned around and looked, and I see a dude holding his neck and falling to the ground. You understand what I'm saying? And I see another dude kicking in his neck. You understand? And walked off. And my man grabbed me and tackled me and pulled me through the gate because they got the east side and the west side in Lewisburg. Those Lewisburg know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I was in Lewisburg.
Yeah, so you already know. You get caught in that Red Top, you're on the investigation till it's over.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I was in Lewisburg.
So this is my first day, so I don't know. So I'm standing there in shock, as any human would.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, you like, what the fuck?
So dude, they grabbed me and tackled me like we on the football field and got me through the gate. And I'm like, yo, what you doing? And that's when he had to calm me down and explain to me that now you get caught in the Red Top, you're on the investigation, they're gonna put you in the basement. Yeah. And that joint ain't got no windows, my nigga.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So they had shit to scare gangsters now.
Yeah.
Don't get it twisted. Don't think that, we wasn't scared of nothing.
Yeah.
Nobody wanted to go down in that basement.
Yeah.
That's putting you in a room with no goddamn windows, so that means you ain't hearing no sound, but you're breathing. Try hearing you breathing for 24 hours for 60 days.
I was there for 6 months. I was there for like 2 months.
Yeah, so you already know. You know what I mean? That's where they put it, so nobody trying to get there. So that's why he tackled me.
That was the worst motherfucking prison I ever been in.
Come on, man.
And I ain't gonna lie. And I was up north, this, that. Lewisburg, I was like, what the fuck? I really went over the top with this one.
Yeah, like,
what the fuck, people, you doing?
Listen, man, the hole in Lewisburg, give him one. The hole in Lewisburg, the cell ain't no bigger than this table.
Hell fucking no. That shit, this is small as fuck,
You know what I mean? You can sit on the bed and put your both feet on the wall.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's how close it is, right? But they got a long, hot pipe. that go through for the heat.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And being that nobody buy the coal no more because everything is gas and electric. You got the Omnis people down there. They got the contract with Lewisburg to sell the coal to Lewisburg. So there's nobody else buying coal but Lewisburg, and whatever prison is still old enough that's burning coal.
Yeah.
You understand? So they could keep them in business in Pennsylvania, in the rural area where Lewisburg at.
Yeah, little town and shit.
So they pushing the coal to Lewisburg all year round to get rid of it, even in the summer. So in the summer, the heat is still on like it's winter, and it's like it's 90 degrees outside. Dudes in the hole right now with this hot pipe going through there, burning heat.
Niggas
like it's
covering
winter.
that shit.
Huh?
They covering that bitch.
Exactly. Take the blanket, wrap the blanket. You already know. Cut the sheets, throw it around the joint, then go get some water and throw the water on the blanket to keep the water, the blanket from burning. Yeah. That pipe get hot.
Yeah.
You want to cook? You put your food, get a black plastic bag from the cop, put your little soup, your rice, your mac in the bag, crush that joint up, little green pepper from the common fare tray. You know how we make them meals?
Yeah.
Throw that joint right on the pipe. You know what I mean? And wrap it up, and that's the microwave.
Yeah.
So your celly might say, yo, you using the microwave? You know what I mean? Or put that in the microwave for me, because that's our microwave.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Come on, man, that's Lewisburg. But you know, Lewisburg. That was the worst in Lewisburg. And then when I was in Lund Park, I seen a real crazy one, man. It was a white dude that was in ADX with me, and he made it down there to the line. He was one of the first, you know, like dirty white boys. You know what I mean? You know, the skinheads. He was one of the first.
Right.
You know what I mean? But he was a youngin'. And he went to ADX for putting work with them, so his rank jumped up. You know what I mean? They sent him from ADX to Lund Park. So he get to Lund Park, and you got all these big ass, you know, country fed white dudes. You know what I mean? That's running under them with the SWAT stickers and all that. They doing them, but they staying in their lane.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So he over there with them, and he's seeing two white dudes. Had one of their friends was messing with a black dude, and they told the two white dudes, yo, tell your man he can't mess with the nigga. You understand what I'm saying? And be one of us. You know what I mean? Because the black dude sit at the table drinking coffee with him and drinking wine and going in the cell smoking weed, and you can't mix the races like that. You already know how that go, my nigga.
Yeah.
You know, with them white boys, we talking about them skinheads. Don't want no nigga in your cell. And they say it just like that. You know what I mean? To each other. You know what I mean? With venom and mean it. With the hate and scorn they got for us. So this, you know, white dude come down there, and he putting the press on them to put their man in check for fucking with the black dude. You understand what I'm saying? So he used to like to get high, so he'd go press them, take their little money they making from the selling drugs on the compound, and he'd go get high, shoot that heroin up, get good and high, and you know, it was a cycle that went on. You know what I mean? So they went and got him high, brought him back to the cell, and when they brought him in the cell, they butchered him.
Wow.
Because they got tired of paying him and killed him right there in the cell in Lund Park.
Dang.
They locked down for about 20 minutes. Enough time to clean up the body in the cell. And kept it moving. They put me in the hole in Lund Park. And the night they put me in the hole, they bring me up there, they put me in the cell, and the people around me was telling me, remember when the deuces went off earlier? You know the deuces. You know what I mean? I said, yeah. I said, yeah, the police came up here to the shoot. They said, yeah, they took old Ronnie out. Ronnie just died. He just hung himself in your cell.
Wow.
So they put me in the cell with a dude that just hung himself.
Yeah, that's how they do it.
And I'm trapped in these little 3 walls with the bars in the front. You know what I mean? I got to think about them telling me about this thing just hung himself in here 10 minutes ago. So every spooky voodoo, you know what I mean?
You be in there like,
I done heard growing up.
You be in there like, what the fuck?
You know what I mean?
Feeling all kind of shit.
Somebody hung himself.
Yeah, that shit
Dude kept
crazy.
shooting dope, couldn't stop, kept calling his family for dope money and got tired of it, and his son sent him a letter saying, Daddy, when you gonna stop getting high?
Yeah. So what year you came home?
I came home 2020 May.
And from where?
I came home from Victorville.
Victorville.
What
is that?
California.
Oh, California.
Yeah, California. Yeah. Yo, Victorville ain't no joke. Those of y'all know about Victorville.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Victorville, they got murders up there like nothing. My first day on the yard in Victorville, right before I came home, I did 18 months there before I got released. You know what I mean? I was coming from Florida, from Coleman. I get there, my first day on the yard, I see these 2 white dudes on the ground fighting. They rumbling and wrestling and stabbing. It look like some movie shit. You know, they going. You know, so now one dude throws the knives when the deuces go off, and the other dude kept pushing with his knife. You understand? And he trying to stop him from stabbing him. Be like, nah, nigga, you shouldn't have threw it. You wanted to fight, nigga. I'm gonna kill you. You know what I mean? The police shooting. So the dude that threw his knife that tried to surrender, he rolled the dude over on his back. And when he got him on the back and he wrestling for the knife, the police shot the dude on the bottom that threw his knife that surrendered. My first day there, shot his whole leg off. It's in the newspaper.
Dang.
That was like August, I'll tell you exactly, August 2018. You know what I mean? August 2018. Go look at the newspaper out there in Victorville. Shot white dude. They was using real bullets in there, man. And you know, the dude was hot. You understand?
Okay.
So you already know what that was. You know, he hot, and the white dudes keep a tight call. Everybody keep a tight call when it comes to hot dudes in there.
Yeah.
But these dudes, they take it to death.
For those that don't know what hot mean, you know, in the feds, hot means you know you're a rat, you told and stuff like that. All right, so that's what that means, hot. So whenever you hear that word hot, you know what I'm saying, in prison terms, that means that the guy was no good.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, you know, it was just crazy, man. I mean, you know?
Do you think that we need, you think prison reform is necessary?
Because if I wouldn't have manipulated the system and worked the way that I worked, to manipulate the system to work for me the way they intended it to. Right. Remember, I couldn't read or write when I went in there.
Okay.
So I did a whole lot of listening. When I go sit down in front of the psychiatrist, I'm interviewing the psychiatrist. They're not interviewing me. You know what I mean? But I'm bringing my scenarios in and then getting their responses and seeing how the square move.
Right.
What I was taught was a square move.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So that's how I learned things and got to, you know, move around and, you know, really see what's going on. So I started taking the classes, and while I'm taking the classes, I'm still hustling, selling heroin. I'm still screwing up. Then I ran into, you know, like when I came out of ADX now, I ran into Guy Fisher and Underwood. Okay. You understand what I'm saying? And Allenwood. Okay. You know what I mean? Yeah. And those was my old heads. Right. I grew up, you know, worshiping them. Yeah. Those was my big homies. Right. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, I got you. So when I got a chance to meet them, it was like 10 years into their bid, and they wasn't acting like what I thought a big homie was supposed to be. Right. You know what I mean? Because they was intelligent. They already had 10 years, they was older, and they had 10 years to think. They was focused. So they were focused. Hell yeah. You know what I mean? But I got a big homie still thinking he's stupid like me. Yeah. You know what I mean? But they was way beyond me. And it was giving me the jewels to chill out. I'm bringing dope through the visiting hall. I got them chains in the visiting hall, keeping the same white police out there. Mummy, y'all remember Mummy and Allenwood? I used to love to beat that white boy in a visit. You know what I mean? That's what it was about. And you was in jail with Chicken though, right? Yeah, Chicken? Yeah. And we was in Long Park, me, Chicky, Gunner, you know what I mean? Prince, you know what I mean? All of us was up there. Yeah, you know? All of them was up there. Right, Big C from the Supreme Team. Okay. You know what I mean? Was up there with us. Fingers, you know what I mean? Was up there with us. You know, Beatty was up there with us. We had good men up there. They shot so you came home. Saquon, it was good men up there. Yeah, it was good, but yeah, no, I could keep going. Yeah. Because those was all the gangsters from the East Coast. Yeah. If you screw up in Lewisburg, Allenwood, and all them places in between, they send you way out there. Yeah. So you gotta really screw up to make it to California from New York City. Yeah, yeah. Let's get that straight. Yeah. You gotta really fuck up. Yeah. You know what I mean? So if they got something going on in jail, and you know these men is on the jail, it don't matter what they doing, their name come up, they going. Yeah. That's how that's how Lou Sims kept going to the hole. Yeah. Cause that was the big homie. So when they act up, they feel they can't fix it, they grab the big homie and put him in the shoe and drag him and carry him and ship him somewhere else. Put him somewhere else. Yeah, the same thing they do up north. Yeah, they ship you here and all that. They just ship you and shit. So now you've been home. What? How long? 18 months? Nah, I just made 2 years, May 15th this year. How you feeling? How's everything going? Man, it's feeling good, man. The reality's setting in of what this world is like. You know what I mean? But, you know, I'm seeing it, I'm learning. You know what I mean? One day at a time. Every day you enjoy it, right? Just even walking down the block, I see you got your whip outside. Listen. I mean, I'm just saying that you're looking great, man. You're looking good. You know what I mean? Like you've been doing the right thing and all that, man. I mean, what you been doing? You know, I mean, you know, like I said, I got certain things going on. I'm working on a couple of deals with Netflix and all that. We negotiate doing some things, working with some good brothers, you know. I got the book out of Ruin Harlem. It did real good, you know what I mean? I got the audio book to that, you know what I mean? You know, I got the merch line. I mean, you know, all that is a little check that keep you going. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. The check that keep you going, you know how to take that and put that where it need to go legally. Yeah. You're good. Yeah. You know what I mean? You don't need a whole lot. You just need a whole lot of sense. That's it. And just keep hustling. Yeah. Nah, come on, son. You hustle, but you ain't gotta hustle illegal. No. Hustle the right way. There you go. We talking about hustle the legit way, the positive way, with good energy and all that. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of ways to hustle. You know what I'm saying?
But the best way is the one that you ain't gotta look over your shoulder and all that.
There
you know what I'm saying?
Where you can walk down the street in flip-flops.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I come
man.
home, I see dudes wearing flip-flops. I'm like, come on, my nigga, you know. We
in a different time.
No, I understand it, and a different world.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But they don't understand somebody could just start shooting on the block you on, and you got on flip-flops, and now you got to run in your flip-flops everywhere. You know what I mean? You're running her barefoot, the buck of your toes. You know, like we used to do in Jamaica, we had no shoes.
So listen, man, Unique, man, you know, it was a pleasure having you, brother. You know what I mean? And you're official, man. You know what I mean? I appreciate having you, man. You broke it down. You know what I'm saying? What we was talking about before we started the interview, we was talking about how all the religions, how people get the religious pieces in prison and all that, what they got to go through the process. Break that down real quick.
You got the medallions. You know, we young, we drug dealers. We still trying to look fly even in prison. So we want a big chain on our neck because you got female police there and all that. So you get a chain. We used to get big chains like this. You know, couldn't get no diamonds in them, but get big chains and bigger than that and all that. You know what I mean? And dudes would get robbed for it. Dudes get stabbed up for it. They couldn't, hold their shit like that. You know, I'm sure y'all know a few stories like that.
Right, yeah.
You know, so from that happening, they changed the rules to make it that the chain can't cost no more than $100 because people filing tort claim to get it back. You know what I mean? So they cut it to you. You know, they take your chain or the police lose it when you go to the street.
It's $100.
It's only $100. Before, you could sue them, take the chain worth $3,000. You know what I mean? And they couldn't dispute it. They had to get a receipt saying the chain cost $3,000.
Okay,
you know what I
you.
mean? So they put the cap on that. But then now you had like Gunner being he had a jewelry store. He was getting the joints 2 times the size of this in the prison with the big joint that you were on the street. You know, the big nigga wore on the street.
Yeah.
That's what Gunner getting in the prison. You know what I mean? You know, a little short, you know?
Yeah.
Come on, man. You know, he was official. You know what I mean? And he had Chicky up there with him, you know what I mean? When they shipped Gunner out, Gunner gave the chain he had because it was too big to take with him because he knew if he went somewhere, they would have took it. They would say, nah, this don't cost $100. You can't even convince me that, so we're not even going to play that game.
Yeah.
So, he couldn't take it. So he's so official, he left it behind to Chicky and didn't ask for a dime for it.
Yeah, that's the way he moved anyway.
You know what I mean? Yeah, but I mean, a lot of them don't understand that. Dudes say, oh, I would have sold that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But nah, that's how men do. He leaving, he can't go. He want his man to look fly like he was looking fly.
Yeah, by the way, Gunner's my man too. You know what I'm saying? Chicky's my man. That's about guys that we was all in prison together. Gunner gave me a Cuban too when I was in prison. We was in the fast. He got me a Cuban too from the jewelry shop. He said, yo, I need a nice Cuban. He went and got me a nice Cuban. Nice pro. That's the one you see in all my pictures and all that. And all that. But Unique, man, it was a pleasure having you, my brother, man. I appreciate you, man. You know what I'm saying? And you already know this is your house. Anytime you want to come by, you already know you always go. The house is yours, man. You know, we can always take this, this walk on the yard. You already know.
And it was a pleasure. Like I said, he official. I don't mind sitting down with an official person because this is real spiritual for me.
Facts.
Yeah, I got to tell you, this is my psychiatrist right now.
Facts.
You know what I mean? Talking to another brother, head light that can see what I see. I like.
Of course.
You understand what I'm saying? 'Cause I don't have that around me just coming out after 26 years.
I got you.
But they didn't do no time, so they can't see what I'm seeing.
Yeah.
So they can't even begin.
All I can tell you is just stay focused, man. Stay humble. You know what I'm saying? That's it. Take one day at a time. You only been home 2 years, which is nothing. You know what I'm saying? You did more than that in the box. So you just came home. You know what I'm saying? So just keep cruising it.
Come on, but I'm just giving you your props. I give men flowers that deserve flowers.
I respect and I appreciate you, man.
That's
of course.
how I get down. It was a pleasure to talk to you.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
Have a good conversation with somebody who could understand instead of jumping in with something frivolous.
That can relate. Yeah,
nigga,
of
that's
course.
the word.
You already know.
Man, Jamaica, so once in a while I'm gonna forget. Close off.
There you go. Dog in the yard, you already know. My boy Unique, man. Hit him with some Jamaican shit. Close it down.
But this dog in the yard. If you want to screw up on y'all fucking thing, because the big blood clot double barrel shotgun will come blow off your face. We done seen 3 men get shot by 1 bullet. 3 men get shot by 1 bullet. Don't stand up next behind them next man when you shoot out that one.
Only on Dog in the Yard.
Protect you. Blah. All right?
Only on Dog in the Yard. You already know your boy Pistol. What up? You already know what it is. Welcome back to Dog in the Yard. I want to thank first and foremost Unique Mecca for coming through, breaking that shit down. You know what I'm saying? He been in a lot of prisons, man. He been around that brother, man. He broke that whole shit down crazy. So I want to, first and foremost, thank you, man, Mecca, for coming through, man. Appreciate you. And keep doing your thing, man. You already know it's your boy Pistol, man. Dog in the Yard.
Okay, Federal. rallies came again. They put the gang in chains again. Say that they still watching, but we opping, so we aim again. These niggas scared, running around talking about the ops again. The ambulance gon' call a helicopter if my chopper spin. Niggas playing Bishop, I put blood up in his hiccups. Catch me sliding on the Friday, have him hiding in the pickup. Okay, Trizzy going stupid, back a gun out, better shoot it. I was broke, home improvement, picked my tool up and I used it. It was murder for the music, I hope that you don't confuse it. I done came up in a place where niggas get rich to lose it. I've been stepping since a baby, my DNA from the 80s. Hit the club and move different, my bodyguard up to the 80s.